the legend,
Get out of here.
Grammy nominated fashion pop culture, hip hop culture icon, Nelly. I'm sure I'm leaving out a lot of accolades, but what's going on, man?
Bro, it's all good. How you? I
I'm
appreciate it.
good. I'm good, man. Thanks for taking the time to join us. We got a lot to talk about. Before we get into your new stuff, we got to celebrate your catalog because it just hit its 20th anniversary of Country Grammar not too long ago.
Yeah.
Diamond selling album. And that thing still goes. Like, I'll still go to the club today and people will still be playing Ride With Me and everybody's singing along. What does that mean to you to know that song and that album is still working, after all this time?
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing, man. I mean, as an artist, you hope that you can create something that would stand the test of time, that kind of hops uh, generations of people and give people the same feeling today as they did when it first came out. So, that's an honor, it's a privilege, and I think that's what you look for. You can only hope for it, man. So I feel real thankful that it happened to me. Definitely.
Right? That is definitely the goal as an artist. How often are you personally going back and listening to those songs and like just jamming out to
Personally,
them?
probably not as much.
Yeah.
Probably not as much. I mean, but it is a great feeling though. I mean, when you're out places and you hear it, or people may not know you're in a certain situation, like, you could be in a restaurant or be even in a grocery store, you know what I'm saying? Or at the mall or somewhere and things like that. And now it's real easy because, you got your mask on, so people don't even know it's you half the time. And
Yeah.
you catch somebody vibing out to one of your joints that you made 20 years ago, you know what I mean? And it's just like, yo, it's crazy, man. But, I'm thankful for it, definitely.
Yeah, definitely speaks to the music that it can stand the test of time, like you said. And then it comes back around because Hot in Here takes off on another level when it comes out with the Busted Challenge and Erica Banks. Um, were you surprised that took off like on the internet? Like when Erica like approached you just with the song in general, were you just feeling the song and wasn't necessarily worried about it becoming a TikTok trend?
No, well, I mean, when I first heard it, I thought it was dope. I thought it was
Mm-hmm.
a great concept. I mean, a great flip as far as what they did with the beat and the sample and everything like that. And she killed the record. So, it's one of those situations to where you never know if the song is going to be as successful as you hope. But listening to it at first sound, it's kind of like, oh, this thing got a real shot. And you happy for her because I mean, obviously the sister, she put her best foot forward when it came to the record, and I'm happy for her that it took off the way that it did. And yeah, so clearing it was not a big deal. It's one of those situations where you like, yeah, hell yeah, I'll ride with you.
Yeah.
When this, it worked out, man. I'm more so happy for her, obviously. And anytime you get a chance to take something that was already successful and then somebody else gets a chance to use it and it's successful for them as well, that's the blessing behind music.
Yeah, man. Like you said, it's a great song, and I know people love the song, and I know a lot of guys thank you for the trend because of the way it took off. Like Nelly's been serving up for the guys for years, back to going to BET Uncut days. But I got to be careful though, because I can't let my algorithm just be all busted challenges and people wondering like, what you looking at all day? So I got to be careful though. But now you got this new song out with Florida Georgia Line, and like it's doing really well. We loved it. Like as soon as we heard it, we started putting in the mix, started playing it. Like it went to number one almost immediately on the country charts as soon as you put it out. What is it about working with Florida Georgia Line? Because you guys done this before. Like what's with that teamwork that just works so well together?
I think it's just the chemistry, man. I think the honest chemistry, like what I like to call it, because we honestly enjoy being around each other. When you got that friendship chemistry, that mutual respect, not just as artists, but as people, and you genuinely like who the person is. That helps when you're working together because you get a chance to bring out honest and genuine feelings. And it's not just about, okay, did you do your part? I did my part. Okay, what does it sound like? It's kind of like, no, you get in and you build. And it's kind of like, yo, you know, you feel that, you don't feel that. You get a chance to work on different aspects of a record when you're, you know, the chemistry is good, as opposed to when the chemistry is not good. It's just like oil and water, so to speak. But I just think with us, I mean, we were fortunate enough to do like 2 tours together, several different shows together, and popping out with one another on different events and things like that. And I think that comes through in the music that we do.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, people love it. Like when you first heard of you, like you kind of like what? But then every time you guys do a show, everybody shows up, sold
Yeah.
out, is sold out. Everybody's vibing along with it. So we know it works together. That team works. But how do you feel like knowing that the country world kind of like embraced you? Like I know it's kind of like a if factor, like, oh, well, hip hop artists trying to cross over, but like everybody seemed to be pretty receptive when you started doing all these country collaborations.
Well, I think that's the best thing that I'm very thankful for, is that they have allowed me to, you know, I wouldn't call it, you know, sitting at the country table, because, you know, those artists that sit at the table, at the heart of what you do, that's their life. But what I think they've allowed me to do is be at the dinner. They've allowed me to be in the room. You know what I mean? And the part that I appreciate, because you know, I don't take it for granted, man. I love country music. I love the artists. I love the passion and the honesty that goes into the music that they do. And you know, I'm a country boy at heart. At the end of the day, the Show Me State, Missouri, St. Louis raised me. I was born in Texas. So it's kind of like I had no choice when it came when it came to feeling that vibe, so to speak. And what I'm grateful for is that I got a chance to put my passion and my swag on how country music has influenced me. I live this upcoming project that we got coming out, the Heartland, and as you've been able to see through over and over again with Tim McGraw, through my remix rendition of Cruise with FGL, my remake of Thomas Rhett, Die Happy Man, which is something that I'm grateful for. Shout out to T Rhett. And it's just, you know what I mean? It's just those type of scenarios. And to what you just said, you know, they've allowed me to be a part of the family, so to speak, you know, kind of like a son-in-law.
Yeah. Like, been adapted into the family.
Yeah, it's not really the bloodline, but I kind of married in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I'm married in, and I'm real grateful for that. So I never want to take advantage of that, or I never take that lightly, because I know everybody don't get that. And you know what I'm saying? And it's something that's you know, that's dear to me, so to speak.
Yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing to see it all come together and see all these collaborations work. So like you said, like your love for this kind of like you just kind of had this like growing up just because of like your background. It wasn't something like you grew into later, like on your own, like when you started exploring other music. You kind of been.
I think as I got older, I definitely dove more into paying attention and listening more to country music that may not have came across my radar had I not dug a little deep into it. You know what I'm saying? Different George Strait records, different Inks, different Shania Twains, and different things like that. And not just certain things that were already obvious to the music. You know what I mean? And you know, just all over the place. But yeah, when you get a chance to really, you know, sit back and pay attention to why certain genres of music succeed, I think you get a better understanding.
That makes sense. So we love the song a little bit. Well, we got to talk about this one line that I caught that I don't have any problems with because I'm an objective sports fan. But you called yourself the Black Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You know, said you're the GOAT, like the Black Tom Brady. You know, in Indy, you know, Peyton Manning is the GOAT. I just want to give you the heads up. But, you know, I like that line. I can respect. I mean, the guy has 7 championships. It's hard to deny that. But where do you see yourself as far as in the GOAT conversation, just for what you do?
Right. Well, no, for the record, you know what I'm saying? I love Peyton as well.
Yeah, for sure.
They're definitely the first family of football. Him and his, his family and everything, Pops and his little brother.
Yeah.
Much props to them. I think when it came to the Black Tom Brady line, it's more or less the line of me when it comes to crossing genres of music, taking hip hop across genres, different genres of music. You know what I'm saying? I'm very fortunate that I have, several number ones on probably more different genres of music than probably any other artist, so to speak. From whatever genre, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm real thankful for that, and that's more or less where that Tom Brady line comes into when it comes to just being a bridge. So,
right.
But I think that's probably Nelly's. I don't want to say if I had a superpower or something like that. If we were superheroes, I probably would say that would be my best asset, was being able to be a bridge for a lot of different genres of music and bringing them together.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you can play Nelly almost anywhere and everybody's going to know something. Everybody's going to be able to vibe out. So it's definitely a gift, to be able to reach all those audiences. That a lot of people would want that talent. But the other talents that you had, you were on Dancing with the Stars recently. I don't think people know how hard that really is. Like dancing itself. It's hard, but you came in third, which is nothing to shake your head at. But what was that whole process like, and was it like harder than you thought it was once you got into it?
Yeah, definitely harder than I thought it would be, bro. So much so that the first day, Eliott, that I got in there, I was kind of like, yo, what the hell am I doing here? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I was almost ready to call up my peoples like, yo, figure out something. You need to get me the hell up out of this. I don't know what I was thinking. But fortunately enough, I had a great partner in Daniela. You know what I'm saying? She was somebody, it was actually her first time being a pro. So I was actually her first student as far as being a show. And she was, my only and first teacher.
Right.
So the marriage was right there, and we kind of walked that path together, which I think helped both of us get through it a lot. And I think it was both of us easier to make that transition into whichever way we were going. So, I mean, yeah, man, my big mouth got me into something. Enough hard work and a great teacher got me out of it and made me not look as crazy as I'm feeling sometimes out there.
Right.
As I was sometimes out there. But I think after a couple weeks, man, when I just really started getting the hang of the structure of how it worked, as opposed to the practice, the television, the shooting, the boom, the boom, the boom. Once I got that out the way, and then everything else was just working my ass off, man. It's just getting in rehearsal and just really trying to, let yourself be vulnerable to actually doing the dance. I think that was the part. Yeah,
for sure. Well, you definitely did your thing, and you did something, dope with that platform when you like donated all your custom shoes. Tell us a little bit about that and what that meant to you.
Well, we haven't got a chance to do it yet, but we are auctioning off the shoes to a project called the Teen Project, which houses sex trafficked teens. And me and my man, the shoe surgeon, we're very much looking forward to getting the chance to do that and raising money for that project. So, when I was on there, my very first dance, I danced in the 11s.
Oh, dang.
The J's. So they weren't dancing shoes. And Daniela and even the judges commented during the show that, I may, moving forward, want to switch to dancing shoes, which at the time I didn't pretty much understand it. I'm like, nah, I'm a boogie in my J's.
Right.
Once I found out why they were saying that, because of the access, and it was a lot easier to kind of move around the floor. So to slide your feet more when you're dancing, as opposed to, those basketball bottoms stick.
Oh yeah, get that traction.
So it kind of like,
Squeaking all over the place.
Yeah. So I had to figure that out. And my man, the shoe surgeon, we came up with a dope concept, and we kind of made the sneakers that you saw on the show, and we were able to get through, man. And, we just brought that swag to the show that nobody had ever done before. And shout out to Dancing with the Stars for allowing me to bring Nelly to the show, because that was one of the conditions that I had if I was going to be a part of it. It was just like, yo, I got to do me, though. So I don't want to hear the mob about this and that. If that's going to be the case, then we could just not do that.
Yeah.
A lot of the outfits is not going to happen. I'm not wearing some of the outfits that y'all,
yeah.
Placed on some of these other people, and no. So, we were able to work it out, and the show was great from the top to the bottom, man. Shout out to the whole cast, from the producers on down to the showrunners. Everybody was great. It's really a dope show, man, and I had a ball.
Yeah, man, it was awesome. And it's an awesome thing that you're doing with those shoes. Before we let you get up out of here, is there any other projects that we can be looking forward to from Nelly? But you got your album coming out. Any other collaborations, any TV, movie appearances? What's coming up next for Nelly?
Yeah, well, as of right now, you know what I'm saying? I think our main focus is just getting the Heartland project out at this moment.
Yep.
So, make sure they check that out. It'll be due out in the summertime. Yeah, man, I don't know. We just continue to work. We continue to work. As things come out, I'll be back to holler at you, and we'll talk about it. You know what I mean?
For sure. I got one pitch for a project. I don't know if it's a single or a mixtape, but since you're Nelly and I'm Eliott, we combine our forces and do a track called Nelliott. I don't know what that is. I don't know if I just do ad-libs. We'll figure that out later, but I got the name, though.
You got the name and the hair, champ. You know,
yeah. Thank you. Yeah, well, hashtag Nelliott, and we'll see you when it comes out.
Yes, sir.
All right, Nelly, thanks so much for your time, man. Appreciate you.
No problem, my brother. Thank you.